The next concept is about exercising up to the half of one's ability. So it's said that balasya ardhen kartavyo vyayamo hanti ato anyatha. This means that you have to perform exercise up to half your strength. Now, each one, so this is a very personalized approach. They've not mentioned that you do a specific number of kilometers or hours. So a very personalized approach to exercise. So how do we understand this half strength? That's tricky. So there are two ways to look at it. The very first shloka, which Sushruta says, is Hridisthanasthito vayur vakram yada prapadyate vyayamam kurvato janto valardham tat nirdishet. So this means that Hridaya means the heart. So when you start panting, when a deep exhale comes right from the level of the heart, when you cannot catch your breath and it's a strong exhale, that's the time to stop and take rest and come back to engage your nose, come back to nasal breathing and start again. So that's one thing. That's like when to stop and when to come back again. And after this, the second shloka says, Kakshalalat nasaso hastapadadi sandishu prasvedan mukasho shacha valardham tathi nirdishet. So this means Kakshalalat and nasa, which means that there is a strong sweating. Sweat emerges on the chest, on the forehead, on the tip of the nose, on the hands and feet, and on the joints. So when the whole body is covered with sweat, that's the time to call it a day. That's the time to stop altogether for that day. So that would be equal to half of your strength. No matter how many hours it takes or how many kilometers you have to run for that, you manage always up to half your strength. So if this is not followed, then all those, gym, what's been going on, all those celebrity deaths and all, they happen because of over-exercising. So this gives us an idea how much is enough and when to stop exercising. So we have to again bring in the body type here, and we'll see that even this holds true, the half the strength. So kapha will start to mouth breathe and start to sweat a little later than the other body types. So definitely the kapha body type will have more strength according to this principle as well. So the next concept is of the seasonal exercise. So of course the half the strength is important, but the half the strength for each person changes according to seasons. How does that change? Well, we are the strongest in the winters. So the shloka for this is Sa cha shite vasante cha tesham pathyuttama smrita. So Sheet and Vasant, which means the winters and the spring season, we have greater strength and ability to exercise. So the strongest strength happens in the winters when the energy is centralized. All the digestive fire, the blood supply is centralized because we are conserving heat. Provided we are wearing good clothes for winters, the heat is conserved nicely and there is a centralization, and this gives us a lot of strength to digest heavier foods and to ability to do heavier exercises. This was understood in erstwhile USSR when they did some researches and they made their Olympic athletes to do more heavier exercises in the winters and in the cooler parts of the day. So that gave extremely good results and won them many gold medals. So this holds true in Ayurveda as well. So we will know that half the strength is more in the winter season. So we can also say that battery is fully charged in winter season, the human battery. And as we move from the winter season to the spring, the battery is discharged a little bit. So you can still exercise, but a little bit lesser. And then as we move from spring to summer season, the battery is kind of discharged more because the energy is decentralized. We start sweating, panting more. So once we hit the gym or we start running, we'll start to sweat and pant quickly. So that's why these are the signs to stop. So we have to stop earlier in the summer. So lesser exercise, lesser heavier, and time-wise also lesser in the summers. We also see that people living in the colder countries, Russia, Siberia, and parts of Northern Europe, Scandinavia, they face a constant winter. So the constant winter means a constant, high energy levels and constant ability to exercise heavier. The sweat doesn't emerge easily, the sweat doesn't come. So that's why these people from colder countries have more ability to exercise, and that's why they are better in power sports as compared to someone from a tropical climate where there is more of a constant summer-like season, more sweating happening, higher humidity levels. So you hit the gym and or exercise, and you quickly start to sweat. So this is the concept of a seasonal exercise. So the next concept is yoga versus gym. So does Ayurveda recommend only yoga? Are other activities not mentioned? Well, that's not the case, as I keep up bringing the examples of gym in my talk. So there's no harm if you're following the same principles. So modern day exercises, but old age principles. So then it will work wonderfully fine. You follow the half the strength principle, the seasonal principles, and you follow your body type, no matter what you're doing, whether you're gymming, running, or doing yoga, or hiking, going to, on trekking or mountaineering, whatever you do, you follow the age-old principles. So even in Ayurveda, they have mentioned wrestling, and, there was no gym in those times. So of course, they didn't mention the gym, but there is wrestling and fighting, sword fighting, and digging wells and hiking. All these things have been mentioned. So yoga versus gym, the answer is there's no versus, there's no competition. You just follow the gunas, follow the Ayurvedic principles in whatever sport or whatever activity of your choosing and of your liking. What are the benefits of exercise according to Ayurveda? Again, keeping Sushruta, the age-old book, as the reference. So it says arogyam api paramam vyayamaadupajayate, which means arogyam, health of the highest order, is the benefit of exercise. And the next benefit is more of a metaphor. In Ayurveda, a lot of things are explained in terms of examples, metaphors, similes. So it goes like this: Vyadayo na opsarpanti singham kshudra mriga eva. Singham is lion and Kshudra Mriga are animals, smaller animals. So just like the smaller animals in the jungle don't come closer to the lion, similarly these diseases, these everyday diseases will not come close to a person who is exercising regularly. So that's another benefit. Then there is a cosmetics benefits also explained. Vayo rupa gunairahinam api kuryat sudarshanam. So rupam api hinam, rup, which means cosmetically or someone who is not beautiful. So he will be blessed with beauty and all those cosmetic benefits after regular exercise, which is of course true. After you lose sweat, the complexion and everything also increases. The next benefit is shrama klama pipasoshna shita dinama sahishnuta. Shrama klama pipasoshna. This means that and shitadinam sahishnuta, the person will be more tolerant to different kinds of seasons. He will be okay in harsh summers or harsh winters, the one who is exercising regularly. And then he will tolerate hunger and thirst well. If he has to skip meals as he's busy in work, then also he'll have no problem. The blood sugar levels will not go down. No problem at all. The next benefit is deeptagnitvam mana alasyam. So deeptagnitvam, which means the metabolic fire will go up. The appetite will be better, and also the metabolic fire at a deeper level. So the one who is exercising, he will not suffer from metabolic diseases like diabetes, obesity, high cholesterol, and all these things. It has been compared to like the fanning of a fire. So let's say the four limbs, the two arms and the two legs are nothing but four blades of a fan, and this fan is moving. When we move or run around, the the fan is moving and it's fanning up the fire. So it's a metaphor. It's as simple as that. Once we move around, the inner fire is fanned, and we get rid of the metabolic diseases. They'll not come close to such a person. The next benefit is na cha enam samakramyam jara samadhirovati. So jara is old age, aging. So this explains the anti-aging benefit of exercise. So age will not catch up with such a person. It will slow down the aging, one who is exercising regularly.